All right, so I want to do a couple kind of educational videos. The first one being one of the most common questions I'm getting. Are these pearls real? Yes, they are real. They are not plastic. They are not beads. They are not simulated. They are genuine cultured pearls. Now, what is the difference between an organic pearl and a cultured pearl? So I'm going to go into a little bit of how a pearl even forms. Now, guys, I'm not like an expert on the subject, but I know the very basics, okay? So if you want a natural pearl, there is a 1 in 10,000 chance that an oyster will make a pearl without human intervention. 1 in 10,000. Doing a tiny little bit of research to find out the price of an organic pearl, I couldn't even find it. I found something that said like $200,000 for a strand or something. I don't even know if that's true, but any pearl strand necklace you have ever seen in your lifetime is a cultured pearl. Now, am I saying that if you walk into a high-end jewelry store that they won't have an organic pearl? I'm not saying that. I am saying that affordable pearls are cultured. So what does that mean? So pearls are formed when an irritant finds itself into the muscle of an oyster. So if it's natural, that could be like a grain of sand that would get into the muscle of the oyster, and then it releases a defense mechanism. It's called nacre, which is like what the outside of the pearl is, layers and layers and layers. It creates that and it forms the pearl. A cultured pearl just has human intervention. So there are pearl farms, tons of them, where people are placing the irritant into the oyster so that it produces the nacre, giving us pearls. So I'm going to do a part 2 because I'm going to go off on a little tangent here in a minute, and I know that I'm not going to have enough time on this video. But I'm also going to do a separate video on how we get the different shapes. Like, for example, this is a cultured pearl. This, if you rub it on your teeth, is gritty. That's how you tell if a pearl is real. Like a bead or a simulated pearl will be smooth. Like it won't have any grit to it. I can feel this right here. I can feel the grit. Or if you rub it on the surface of your teeth, you'll feel grit. So stay tuned for part 2. Also just Google